On Friday, Vermont became the first state to call for a convention to amend the U.S. Constitution to reverse the Citizens United decision, which allowed for this huge flood of money into politics. And the U.S. Constitution can be amended only through an act of Congress ratified by the states or by a convention of the states acting on their own. It would take 34 states to trigger a convention to propose amendments to the Constitution and 38 states to approve an amendment. Is there another way to reverse Citizens United that wouldn't require, I mean, this is great, right, that Vermont is doing this, but there is still this huge hill to climb. To call it a hill is a huge understatement. There is a towering mountain to climb. Well, there are legal challenges, but that's not really a likely solution. The Supreme Court has already set precedent in a number of these cases that say, hey, free speech, money, it's exactly the same thing. So that's not really looking too good. Vermont is pushing their own single-payer healthcare proposal. They are now pushing for a constitutional convention. We don't know what will happen with these issues ultimately, but Vermont, for being such a tiny state with a small population, is really making pretty significant waves here.
Vermont is doing some great stuff. I think they're kind of on the cutting edge. Unfortunately, how long is it until the single-payer healthcare goes into effect?
I don't remember exactly, and we should actually update that story. I know what you're saying, though, Lewis, which is that proposals alone don't necessarily lead to action. And when we look at we need 34 or 38 states to do what Vermont has done, right. I mean, it's completely disheartening. Can this really happen, you know?
Unfortunately, I think the problem here might be with the Constitution itself as a whole. I think maybe we should be looking at that. But
Lewis, hold on a second. That's incredibly disrespectful to those who for whom the Constitution is their religion and they pray at the altar of the Constitution. Everybody knows that a document written hundreds of years ago is completely relevant in modern society, even though society has changed in ways that could never have been foreseen hundreds of years ago. It is an insult to suggest that anything about the Constitution may need revision.
Hey, call it blasphemy, David, but perhaps we need to rework the whole thing.
We are member supported, and there's a whole other show that we do just for our supporters. Get all of those member benefits right now by going to davidpakman.com/.